talking about Amazon. So Amazon is the biggest online shopping website. It offers the world's biggest selection of items, and the best part is their prices are usually below or at least competitive with what they cost elsewhere. Although Amazon may seem so favorable, online shopping comes at a higher price than we might have imagined. The Amazon effect is the disruption of the retail market due to the increase in e-commerce. The name derives from Amazon's domination in online sales. The proposition I will be supporting is Amazon is a threat to the American economy. First, I'm going to talk about how Amazon has caused many jobs to be lost. Second, how the rise of Amazon resulted in the downfall of retail stores. And third, how Amazon has caused property value to go down. All three of these factors play a big part in our economy, and Amazon is putting all of them in danger. All around the world, we are automating quickly. Assembly line and factory working job positions are the most at threat. Because Amazon does not have a physical storefront, their operation mainly relies on factory work. In the book, The Story of Stuff by Amy Lennard, she explains how our stuff moves through a 5-step system called the materials economy. There is extraction, production, distribution, consumption, and disposal. Already, Amazon has eliminated the need for people involvement in at least 2 of the 5 steps, production and distribution. Stated by CNBC, Amazon had over 100,000 robot employees in 2017. That number has already and will be continuing to grow. The CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, always brags about how he will be creating more jobs, but he doesn't talk about how creating one job at Amazon may eliminate 2 to 3 other jobs outside of its realm. On their Amazon website, it shows that they have a little over 565,000 workers in total, but only 250,000 of those workers, less than half, are directly jobs from Amazon. Well, according to Civic Economics, in 2015 alone, the United States net job loss was 220,000. The majority of jobs that Amazon say they create are through investments in areas such as construction and logistics. This significantly affects our economy because our economy heavily relies on our consumption, our purchases. Kimberly Amadeo has over 20 years economic analysis experience and says 68% of our gross domestic product is from personal consumption. Well, without a job, we don't have any income or money, and without money, we cannot buy stuff. Therefore, we cannot participate in boosting our economy. And because of Amazon, we're actually running out of places to go shopping too, which brings me to my second point. Amazon is the main form of e-commerce, making it the major cause for the retail apocalypse. The retail apocalypse is the closing of a substantial amount of physical stores in the United States. Tens of thousands of retail stores have closed since 2010, including big-name retailers such as Toys R Us, Sears, Macy's, and more. Shopping on Amazon is easy, convenient, and one-day shipping sure is appealing. However, the lack of customers in these physical stores are causing these stores to close their doors forever and, of course, lead to job loss. Macy's alone already eliminated more than 10,000 of their employees. For the stores that do survive, they are forced to lower their prices to an uneconomic and unsustainable level. Some may think, oh, low prices, that means we'll buy more, so it's a good thing, but that's not the case. The foundation of our economy is built on the expectation that most of these companies will profit. Companies that have high business productivity are then capable to create jobs. Because these stores are actually losing money from the lack of sales and low prices, they cannot pull in enough revenue to thrive and are unable to pay wages. That ultimately will lead to a decrease in consumer spending and continue to put our economy at threat. It's a vicious cycle that is being bolstered by Amazon's presence. Amazon is wiping out the existence of so many other retailers. The number of stores to shop from is dying down fast. Business Insider predict in 2018 alone, we will be losing another 12,000 stores. The lack of existence of these physical stores have an effect on the area around it as well. This brings me to my third and last point. In 2008, there was a huge collapse in the housing market. I have witnessed firsthand its horrible effect on people's income, as both of my parents are property investors. Kimberly Amadeo, the economic analysis expert I previously referred to, said in 2017, real estate revenue contributed 7% to United States GDP, which is still a lot considering that equals to $1.34 trillion. Thousands of people invest in commercial property, which includes retail real estate. As mentioned before in my second argument, Amazon is the major cause for many retail stores to close their doors forever. MSN predicts 50% of malls in America will close by 2023. That's only 5 years away. These empty buildings cause neighborhoods and even entire towns to lose value and push down residential prices. Decline in real estate sales eventually leads to a decline in real estate prices. This will cause property to be sold way below its worth and making it become a monetary loss. This pattern of devaluing property will cause the real estate market to eventually fail, as well as dragging its contribution amounts to the economy downward. To summarize my argument, the Amazon effect has notably influenced our economy in more ways than one. As a nation, we have evolved to a more technological lifestyle. Though convenient, this evolution has caused many traditional businesses to suffer and even disappear entirely. There has been loss in jobs, money, businesses, and property. All of these losses due to Amazon are threatening to bring our economy's GDP down, for it is no longer gaining from businesses it has thrived on for years. Thank you.
All right, Sandy, there are lots of things that are pretty solid in the speech. I think the proposition is clear. I like the introduction that kind of explains the controversy a little bit. There's an excellent preview of what the supporting structure is going to be. As you get to each of those points, the first point's not really signposted, but the second and third points were, and we knew where you were on that first point anyway, so that's not a big deal, but it probably could be a little bit sharper. The information that you present, I think, is solid. You do a good job of citing sources. You're consistent about doing that. Sometimes I do think that the numbers get to be a little stacked up and you run some information together. I know that there was some information about the jobs created by Amazon, half of which are only in Amazon. The other half had something to do with something else. And by the time I was thinking about, well, half the jobs are in Amazon, I didn't know what the other ones were. So I think you've got a number crunch issue that's going on there. But there's obviously a lot of information that you're pointing to there. I also thought that you had some good examples when you made references to the stores that had closed. That works pretty well. You also had some data talking about projections about stores that will be closing in the future, so that makes sense. I do think that there is a larger picture issue here that's missing, and that is the total number of jobs and what current employment is, because as you keep saying that jobs are disappearing or they're being lost, unemployment seems to be going down, so that's the first thing that jumps into my head. I'm going, well, these seems like that's where there's some inconsistency, and there has to be kind of an explanation about what's going on here. You say Bezos apparently claims that this is going to produce more jobs in the long run. You say that that's not really the case, and now I'm looking for the evidence that says that that's not the case. Like I said, I thought that you cited the information very thoroughly in the body of the speech. There are a couple of places where there are some assumptions being made that could use a little bit more backup, but I thought it was all very solid there. I would be a little careful about, let me say it this way. It was read, but it was well read. You know, I think you're a little more script dependent. It sounds nice, it's very polished. I can tell that you thought about how to say things, but it also means that it comes across a little bit like you're reading a script. But you did a good job at reading the script. That's a bad habit, though, and it's not something that you'll be able to do, for instance, in the debates, so you're going to have to be able to adapt a little bit more. All right, thank you.